Hello everybody, welcome to Hollywood Bet Scottsville, the Sunday meeting. We are doing this Friday morning with Len Mayhew, who's on the line. He'll give us some insight as to what's been going on. He's been telling me it's still been raining in Durban quite a lot. Maritzburg weather indicating weather, sunshine, summer Friday afternoon and Saturday. So hopefully by now, once you're watching the show on Sunday, that all is in pretty good order for everyone. Okay, so the first race on the card, let's get into the action. Race number 1. And that is a juvenile plate over 1,000 meters. And nothing particular that I can refer to in terms of the comments in the computer form, which excites anybody. I think there was one that made reference to including exotics, number 5, Star in Motion from the Dean Kannemeyer stable. But Betway's morning market, let's take a look at it in the opener. This is from Friday morning. And number 1, Captain's Pride, is the favourite, 18 to 10. 5 Star in Motion is priced up at 5 to 2, and 7 to 2 about the 9 Molshano Mo, and then you can get to something like 5 to 1 and better the balance. Lenny, bipod time, my friend. What we doing?
Good morning, Clyde. Yes. Look, Captain's Pride, she found one too good for her last time out and is clearly the one they have to beat of the raced runners. But as you touched on, trainer Dean Kannemeyer has got this expensive yearling juvenile Star in Motion, and he suggests to include in the exotics. So for the bar to put 1 and 5.
Okay, 1 and 5. We're putting them both into the play. That's the latest with regards to the bipods. We'll see how the Sun Give Me the Green Light does Star in Motion, but they've got the favourite, the captain of all favourite, Captain's Pride to beat. First leg of Len's bipod, 1 and 5. On to race number 2. It's a class 4, 5 to 2 the field. Peter Muscat says that number 7, Icy Eleanor, is probably going to need it. And that's currently priced up at 9 to 2. But the favourite is from the Tinny Prinsloo stable, number 6, Rugger Lover. And that's top of the boards on Friday morning, 5 to 2. 28 to 10, number 4, Vision to Achieve. 1, Wings of Josephine, 3 to 1. 9 to 2 about the 7, Icy Eleanor, and the 2, Hurricane Cat, 8 to 1. 10 to 1. And better about the balance. I guess you're going to need a handful of runners in what appears to be quite a competitive race over the 1,000 metre Scottsville Straight, Lenny.
Yes, Clyde, it's a small but very competitive field with a few runners capable of winning. Wings of Josephine was a runaway winner over the course and distance last time, and she could follow up, but I don't think she will have things all her own way this time. She does remain my first choice, however, but I've included the 4, Vision to Achieve, and 6, Rugger Bugger in the bipod. For doubling up purposes.
Yeah, I see the PAs you've gone 1 and 4. I must tell you, I do like this Appy Huertas. I think he's quite talented, this kid. And he's on that Wings of Josephine that Len's got in the PA. So there's the place accumulator. It's 128 Rand perm. Let's get on the Sunday. Okay, let's move on to the third now. This is the pick 6 opportunity for everybody. It's a maiden class field. Over 1,400 meters. There are quite a few in here that have got chances. I just want to have a look at if we've got any changes this early morning. I'll bring those up for you quickly. And whilst I'm busy doing that, I'll go through the market in a minute. Yeah, nothing to report in the third just yet. It's relatively early, so no changes. You may see changes a bit later on. So, Len, I thought a tricky pick 6 today, but I mean, we'll have a look at what you've decided to do and what the plan is in this particular event. The first leg of the pick 6, just how wide do you want to go here in the first leg, or are you narrowing it down?
Clyde, I'm opting to banker this horse, Full the Fluter. He's making his KZN debut, but he doesn't take on a particularly strong field. And I feel that he should break out of the maidens on Sunday. So I'm going along with him as a banker in the pick 6, in fact, in all perms.
Okay, well, Andrew Fortune's on him. It's good to see he's been in great form at the moment as well. Robin Claessen's got Full the Fluter there. First run for her. It comes from the Justin Snaith stable, and I'm sure the whole team will be there looking for a huge run from Frill the Fluter, and that's where Len's going as well. You can see the rest of the pick six is quite tricky. And with our first leg, Hope, we're bankering and spending $14.40, but of course you can spend whatever you can afford. Time now for the in full flight handicap over 1,100 metres. Race due to go at 2:15 on the Sunday afternoon. What is going on in terms of any changes for this race? Nothing yet. We haven't reported anything in race number 4, so keep your eyes and ears open if there are changes to come. Mind you about the Betway QR code that's on your screen. Remember to sign in and do what you need to do. Now, they bet 7-2 the field here. Dean Caname has got that 8 Teflon Man running, and the Crawfords have got number 7 Fastnet Filly. They share top of the boards. 5 Outlaw King is 6-1, 7-1 about the 11 King of the Gauls, and it's 10-1 and better about the balance. Just from a look at the race, Len, you're going to need quite a few.
Yes, Cloud. It's a very competitive field, yeah. So there's no standout bets. So I suggest that the punters play wide as possible. The Highveld visit to Fastnet Filly was desperately unlucky last time, as she had to be eased at a crucial stage of the race, which probably cost her winning that day. So she's my narrow first choice in a male-dominated race. So I'm hoping it'll be one up for the girls. However, as I say, it's very wide open, and one should include as many as possible in the exotics. My selection for the race is 7, 5, 8, 1, but it's very tough.
Yeah, I can see that. There's your jackpot that's on screen. There are a number of horses in there, and the first leg we hope to get through. Okay, welcome back. Now we go on to race number 5 on the card and take a look. Let's quickly have a look at the betting for this particular event. And the Snaith horse number 1, Wild Green, top of the boards at 15-10. Richard Fourie stays with her for the Sunday. 3 Jordash, Gavin Loreen is now riding that for Peter Muscat, is at 7-2. Number 4, Kakenoff, is currently priced up at 9-2. And 8-1 about number 9, Captain's Envy. It's 10-1 and better about the balance. There's a first timer in here from the Aussie stable. They're bringing Winter Bell to run in this feature event for the juveniles in the Strelitzia. And I see the comment may need the experience. So that'll be interesting to see what goes on there. Okay, Len. So I guess Cape Town, one would imagine, may be a little stronger, but premature to tell.
Yes, Clyde. As I say, it's very difficult to assess when they haven't raced against each other. Clearly that Wild Green comes into the race being a 2-time winner, a strong Cape form, having only been beaten by the crack PE filly Direct Hit last time in the Cape Nursery. Then you've got Jordash, easy winner of her last start, and a horse like Kakenoff from the Dean Caname stable, who was a runaway winner over the course on her maiden effort. So very difficult. So I'm including all 3. I have elected to leave out the Mark Azzi Winterbell first timer, strictly because of his comment saying that she could need the run, and she's taken on strong opposition. But if she does happen to win in the pick 6, it will still qualify. But jackpots, unfortunately, it won't.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've got a debut first timer in this Group 3 event. Okay, well, 134 in Len's first jackpot by 125 by 4 and 8 with a whole field at the back. Now to the Godolphin Barb Stakes. It's a Grade 3, 1,100 metres, and the juvenile boys get together here to take each other on and start setting up the record. And in this race 5, Military Command is favourite. Even money. Peter Muscat, Craig Zaki has been the pilot on this horse for his last couple of starts. So obviously Peter Muscat's putting Craig Zaki back on. Number 1, I'm a Fireball. Could be anything for the De Kock team. 18-10, second favourite. Number 3, Malmesbury Missile for the Snaith Yard. 7-1. And 10-1 for Gavin Loreen. Has got that horse Elegantrix. Well, he's riding that for the filly, that is, for the Cornet Space stable. What did you decide to do, Yellen?
Clyde, there's some very promising juveniles here. I'm a Fireball ran out an impressive winner of his debut at the course. whilst Military Command he won his last two in very good fashion, beating some very good opponents last time. So he looks the one to beat. Then you've got the local hope, KZN Hope, I would imagine, Fortress of Fire from the Michael Roberts stable. He cruised home when making his debut over the 1200, and he deserves utmost respect.
Yeah, so it's Fortress of Fire is the kind of horse you've got to go in. Obviously, Rachel Vinnick is not riding. Sorry to hear that she broke her leg last week. Accident at Summerfelt. We wish her a speedy recovery. They tell me she'll be out for about 4 or 5 months. Andrew Fortune's riding Fortress of Fire, but there's some talented ones in here. 1, 2 and 5 we recommend boxing in the Exacta. All right, welcome back everybody. This is the Dennis Dreyer Poinsettia Stakes. We wish Dennis Dreyer everything of the best. 1200 metre, runs at about 4:05. So the favourite on Friday morning in this race, number 4, Rockapina. The Bass Robertson stable are out there in Maritzburg to have a go, and they price up 3-1. 8, Asia Pambile. Sean Veal gets a ride for them. 7-2, Duncan Hells. And number 12, Gimme's Countess. Craig Zaki and Dean Kannenmeyer there at 7-2. 8-1, number 2, Summer Lily. And number 10, Symphony in White, the other Bass Robinson runner, is 9-1. 10-1 and better about the balance. I see you've narrowed it down here, Len.
Yes, Clyde. I've gone with Rockapina and Asia Pambile. You know, last time Rockapina ran, she was very unlucky. She got closed out at the 400 meter mark and she dropped back to last before running on again at the finish to run into 6th. So very unlucky on that day, and I think she can make amends here. Asia Pambile is the class mare, but has to concede 5 kilos to Rockapina. Last time she conceded 3.5 and beat her, but 5 kilos, I think that Rockapina can change things.
Yeah, okay, so on the weight, it's in the favour, of course, of Rockapina. It'll be interesting to see how she goes. She hasn't been to Maritzburg before, but Raymond Danielson is going to be riding her home for the yard. So there's Lenny's trifecta, as recommended on screen at the moment, and that'll cost you 42 Rand. Okay, this is the last one today. The Betway Weighted to Win show brings you the Class 3 at 1400 metres. Should run at about 20-5 on Sunday afternoon. 1400, I guess you've got to watch the draws. I like this horse, Rich Folks Hoax, but not the best of draws, so that's a bit of a worry. Get Lenny's opinion in a minute. Let me just quickly bring the betting up here. As you know, in our exotics, we've got the whole field. Well, in pick sixes and jackpots and all that sort of stuff. So that's how open the race is. But the favourite, Rich Folks is 3-1. Number 2, Bristle Hercules, second choice at 5-1. 7-1, 11, King of Spin. 8, Nelson Bay, 8-1, 10-1 about the 14 to Connell. And then 12-1 and better about the balance. I'm only worried about the draw for this favourite, Len. I know it's an open race, but the draw does worry me.
Clyde, I agree with you 100%. You know, if it was drawn better, I would say it's just about a good thing or a banker in a lot of perms. But the 13 draw can be tricky. And if he gets trapped out wide, he's going to have a lot of other competition from the balance of the field. So I've elected to go field in the last leg of the pick six. You know, if I've gone lighter in the other legs. If we manage to get through to the last, well, let's make a bird of it and try and catch it. Then in the PA, I've gone 4 horses.
I see that, and maybe we can use those in our exotics at the back. There's the recommended swinger from Len, 4, 11, 13, 14. That's what we recommend you do in the last race. Thanks for being with Betway Weighted to Win, everybody, this weekend. Hope it's been a pleasurable weekend's racing. We've got a full week ahead of racing from Monday through Sunday, the week ahead, and we look forward to being with you.